OG, we OG. Oh no, G. You're not bullish enough. Yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload. Yeah. Experts on reload. Yeah. You're not bullish enough. Yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload. Experts on reload. Mempool getting hot. Everybody wanna rock. Ayy. Runes is coming. Everybody on a knot. Ayy. It's a nuisance. Ordinal Revolution. Ayy. Ordinal Revolution. Yo, is my guy for real, bro?
Run stuff.
Got French right now. Yo, BRC 420, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, that shit on fire, bro. Imagine if he in here. Yeah, like it in the seal. Murder. I got balls of steel. Nuki on the field. Yeah, this shit for real. With no calls, I get so far. Got 100 phone calls that I go hard, and they gon' love me. Smoke weed, huddle back. I get shiesty. Where my Bitcoin looking lovely. Started Satoshi's nothing above me. Bitcoin's alive, what you gon' do? Mempool fees are high. Ordinal. Where does it stop? Nobody knows. It's a revolution. Ayy, Bitcoin is the one, no substitution. Ayy, with Shizzy and Yagobi, it's Ordinal Revolution.
Welcome back to Ordinal Revolution. My name is Shizzy. On this channel, we cover the entire Bitcoin Ordinal ecosystem. What is up, guys? We have an amazing show for you guys today. We're live for another Ordinal hour, and this one is going to be amazing, guys. This is going to be a really good episode because we have our good friend Knox. If you don't know who Knox is, he's been around since pretty much day one. He's been in Ordinals. He has collections. He's all about this 666 stuff. He's on block 666. I'll let him explain everything like that to you later. He's dropping a collection. He hit us up. He's like, yo, let me come on. I said, sure, man, because his knowledge in Ordinals is not just biased to his collection. He's very smart. He's really going to break down a lot of these collections, and he owns a lot of them. I was talking to him in Nashville. He's like, yeah, I own that. So it's going to be really awesome to get his perspective because, guys, this entire ecosystem is about to explode. Not just runes, but ordinals as well. And a lot of the money that people are going to make in runes is going to flow into ordinals. And, being ahead of that could be huge for you guys. Could be massive. And, for the show, I like to educate myself. So it's going to be pretty amazing to kind of get Knox's perspective on everything. So tune in for that. He'll be here about 11:30. But we got a lot of other stuff to talk about as well. So without further ado, we bring in my partner here, as always, Mr. Yagobi. What's up, buddy?
What's going on, man?
What's up, man? Are you ready for this, man? Are you ready for what's about to happen?
I've been ready. It's been stewing all through the summer, and so it feels good. I still feel like we haven't really launched yet, but this is definitely a great start, in my opinion, to kind of get things primed for what's most likely to happen here in the next couple months.
Yeah. And if you remember last year with BRC 20s, they ran up hard, right? And then what happened was a lot of that money left BRC 20s and went into ordinals. And then you saw this next leg, these ordinals just went up and exploded. Do you see that happening again this time? Do we see it repeating?
I do. I think that we won't see the explosion until the runes ecosystem really explodes, though. We haven't seen anything yet, really, right? Dog still hasn't hit a new all-time high. It needs to cross that $1 billion market cap for it to really solidify that, hey, look, this is runes' moment, right? Right now, what we've seen is, $1 billion cat has hit an all-time high, but dog is really kind of that first, I think, kind of initiative meme runes that really needs to hit $1 billion market cap, in my opinion. And then some of the other stuff will flow, because right now we're seeing some of the stuff that ran before kind of like get back to kind of where it was, but not still their all-time highs. Like Mr. Yin, for example, is gotten all the way to, I think, like 18, 19 cents. Its all-time high is 38 cents, you know, and a couple other collections as well, or runes, sorry, I should say. And so I think once we start to see those kind of pass their previous all-time highs, that's whenever we're on this next real run. And I think this will be the, you know, the first like really explosive runes run. So, and then after that, sorry, I didn't mean to cut stop. But after that, that's whenever the liquidity will flow in. So maybe like mid-November, late November for the ordinals, kind of similar. I think that's what happened last season too.
Yeah, it was pretty much October ran up. November was still bullish on BRC20s. And December, I think that's when we really started to see a lift off of the ordinal projects. I mean, you saw puppets go from, I don't know, I want to say like 3,400 to 3,000-4,000, right? Up coming up to March. So maybe even more than that. Yeah, that was January. The March they hit, 11, 12,000. So pretty amazing and epic. And I think we can repeat. And it's pretty insane how it's, if you look back month to month, we're kind of potentially seeing the same thing over again, just instead of this being runes instead of BRC20s.
Yeah, and I think this one's going to be more exemplified in terms of attention, and it should be also by market cap, because we're further along. We're actually starting this bull run, as last year was more, ordinals was new, and that's why the hype was there. But yeah, I think what we'll get an indicator from like one project kind of taking off ahead of everybody else, like Frogs did last year. If you remember, Frogs got to 0.5, I believe was the all-time high. And we were like, whoa, like Frogs is like, they were king all through the last summer, all through last year, and then got to that 0.5. After that, they exhausted a bit. So I think we'll see like a project kind of run out ahead first, and that will be our first indicator, I think.
Yeah, and if that's like Frogs, then you get out of that at the top there, because it's a long way down from the top. We've seen that, but let's kind of get into some Bitcoin news here. Bitcoin market dominance reaches 3-year high. It almost hit 60%. 60% of all the crypto market cap is Bitcoin. How do you feel about this, and do you think we have topped?
I think we're close in terms of the dominance, right? But then it will take off again, once like we're in the bull run in 2025. But I think for this kind of like, Q4, the start of it, I think we're close to kind of cooling. Now, I mean, look, I think basically the alt industry will catch up. I think that's what's going to happen, right? Bitcoin will still increase because we both think that it's going to hit an all-time high, but I think the alts will kind of turn the engine on a bit more and try to catch up.
Like right now, I think Ethereum's like 280 million. Bitcoin's like a 1.2 trillion. So for that, I mean, you could see Ethereum double while Bitcoin goes up 20-30%, right? And I think that's 20-30%, that's 90K, right? So I think it's gonna take Bitcoin to get to 90K before we start seeing a lot of these take off. But then you're gonna see ecosystems, especially like outside of Bitcoin, really explode. And I'm really hoping some of them are Fractal, Merlin, Bells, including, you got your Cardanos, which, we're talking to someone today who are saying potentially Cardano could be a Bitcoin L2. We're in the right place at the right time, for sure.
Yeah. So you said outside of the Bitcoin ecosystem. I think you meant outside of Bitcoin layer 1 assets, right?
Bitcoin layer 1 itself.
Yeah, all those,
right. Yeah.
Exactly. All those, in my opinion, are the Bitcoin ecosystem, right? So, I think actually there's going to be different like moments where this ecosystem really takes off as an overall, right? And then the UTXO kind of extensions of this ecosystem will start to really kind of turn some heads, and people will start paying attention. But I do think like the ETH side and stuff, they have their run. People can't forget that there's a lot of liquidity still over there, right? So
yeah, man. European Central Bank cuts interest rates again by 0.25. So for the year, this is the first year since 2020 that anyone has cut rates. So we have the European Union cutting 0.75 for the year, the U.S. cutting 0.5, which we just seen last month. Canada, with 3 cuts of 0.25, are up to 0.75. The UK 25% rate cut. China 0.25 rate cut, and then Denmark 0.25. So we're seeing a rate cut cycle, and it's not just here in the US. And what is happening with that is money is getting a lot cheaper to borrow.
Yeah. And then so, what happens when people borrow money? Primarily, majority of it's going to be businesses or entities trying to borrow that money to make more money, right? That's like the corporate and rich people strategy, right? That's how they stay rich.
Yeah.
People are like, how the rich stay rich? That's how they stay rich. They don't use their own money. They use the bank's money to make more money. And whenever rates are high, they don't do that. But when rates get cut, that's when they do that. And that's when more liquidity and capital go and circulate into the markets and stuff, right? So I think this is really bullish. Everything's, lining up perfectly for a strong Q4, heading into a very strong 2025. I don't know, man. Like I've been thinking a lot about how this could be one of the last big opportunities in, the overall crypto space to kind of make that generational wealth, right? In terms of like not being so difficult to do. But you still have to pay a lot of attention and make the right move still. But like this could be the opportunity of a lifetime, right? And so I'm staying focused, and I hope our audience is as well.
100%, dude. Well, usually what happens when interest rates get cut, gold usually makes an all-time high. You can check that one up because gold just hit an all-time high today of $2,688. For reference, in 2020, when Bitcoin was at 60,000, gold was a little under $2,000. So it is up $600, while Bitcoin really hasn't really passed its all-time high yet.
Yeah. This is pretty big because a lot of people compare Bitcoin to gold, right? So with gold hitting this new record, it's kind of like now we got to chase gold's old market cap. But like you said, you think it's going to happen this cycle. It could very well happen this cycle, right? Eventually I think what's going to happen is that like we're going to be in the same conversations, like with the people that take gold very seriously, they're going to start taking Bitcoin very seriously, right? Peter Schiff will have to kind of acknowledge that because his circles will start bringing up Bitcoin more and more. But gold won't go away, man. You got to think about like there's people that collect precious metals, and it's never going to just go away. It's going to always be precious.
Until an asteroid hits and it's filled with gold, and then we have an oversupply of it. But
but like when is the last time an asteroid hit with gold in it?
I don't know.
Exactly.
So yeah, to your point here, Plan B, I stick to my 2019 prediction. $1 trillion market cap was between 20 and 24, 10 trillion between 24 and 28, which gives Bitcoin a $500,000 evaluation. And that's kind of what I'm saying. I'm saying Bitcoin hits 700K, which would give Bitcoin a $12 trillion evaluation, which kind of puts it where gold is right now, because gold is up a little bit. I think it's like 11 or 12. So I mean, we're right there. Do you think we hit Plan B's predictions?
I don't know, man. He was off last cycle by about 30%.
He did hit that number though. He hit 50K.
Yeah, but his original target was like 130,000. If you look at the chart, like the top.
Well, no, he's always said between 50. What is it? It was always a market cap. It was 1 trillion and 2 trillion. That was his initial in 2019 prediction.
Yeah, so I mean, between 1 and 2 trillion.
Yeah, which was
that's a huge gap. That's like me saying
100K. I mean, that's not. I mean, that's fair. 1,500K. That's fair. Well, like that's saying me between 500 and 700. Like it's fair.
That's a lot of money. You know what I mean? I'm just saying that's a big gap in my opinion. Anyways, if you look at the Plan B chart,
he was right.
You can see the line go. I mean, anybody could be. I could say, oh, like I'm going to throw this rock in the Pacific Ocean.
That's not what happened. I mean,
I know, but I'm just
2019 saying 50K was like, get the fuck out of here, you crazy old man. You know, it wasn't nothing how we're thinking today. Bitcoin was not then what it is today. BlackRock wasn't looking at it for an ETF.
I don't agree with that.
That was a good prediction.
I don't agree with that because in 2017 it hit $20,000 and it came from like 800 to 1,000 before the cycle before. So if you were
everyone thought it was dead in 2019.
But my point is the people that believe in Bitcoin, they didn't think 50,000 was crazy. But I think, look, I think that he didn't. have some of the crazy predictions of $1 million. Like people were saying $1 million last cycle.
Yeah.
I think that was crazy. I think that his guess was fair, but he was a little bit under target. But most people don't even get close to it, right? And if you look at the chart, I'm just talking about the line chart. You know what I mean? So, but hey, he got really close to it. And I think that there's people like Richard Hart that are always going to be like, oh, I called the top and sold the blah, blah. I don't remember him saying all those things, but if he did, congratulations to him. But I guarantee he couldn't do it 10 more times.
Yeah. All right, next Bitcoin story here. Kraken is launching its own wrapped Bitcoin product. The token will be available on both Ethereum and mainnet. So, which is Optimism. So, basically the same chain that Coinbase is. Coinbase running their base chain on, which is a layer 2 or layer 3 to Optimism. So, this is pretty big in I think, because Kraken, the more Bitcoin that's spread across everywhere is a good thing, because that kind of wraps it up.
Yeah. This is something that like is now starting to happen with like Bitcoin layer 1 assets, right? Like, because we've seen the wrap Bitcoin. It started, last cycle, probably a little bit before that. Actually, when Tether was born, is really the initial beginning of kind of like getting this DeFi movement going. But wrap Bitcoin was big, and now like we have wrapped runes, wrapped BRC20s on like Merlin chain, on Stacks, Fractal, so this is big, that they're continually kind of putting, Bitcoin's liquidity out in the overall crypto verse, if you will, because it's just only going to bring people, in my opinion, kind of back into the Bitcoin ecosystem. But yeah, this spreads it out everywhere.
All right, let's kind of get into the Bitcoin fear and greed here. So, last week was a 39, last Thursday. Yesterday was at 73. We're still pretty close to that. I'll give you that.
72. You said pretty close.
I mean,
71.
You're right there. So I'll give you that. 71. We're still really greedy, and it doesn't feel that way. Obviously, this number was taken from last night. Do you feel like we should be in the green right now? I don't feel like many people are greedy.
Yeah. Well, if you're looking at the charts, you can see like every pullback is not really a strong pullback.
Yeah.
It's like it's like fake outs to the bottom, or like to down, and then like recovers really well. I mean, like we've been in a sell pressure kind of period on the MACD on the 1 hour since the 16th, let's say like yesterday, like midday. And like, if I were to tell you that we've been in sell pressure for that long and said that we're like a little bit over 67,000, you'd probably be like, what? That's pretty crazy, right? Like, I would, for what we've gone through the last 3 months, I'd be like, oh man, that we're probably down like at least a couple grand or $3,000 from where we were, right? Yeah. But the sell pressure isn't like really doing too much. And I think that's extremely bullish indicator, because it's saying, okay, look, everybody knows what's coming, and they're, these big whales aren't letting the price go down.
Yeah, I agree. All right, let's get into that Bitcoin price action, kind of figure out what Bitcoin is doing. Brought to you guys by the great people at Bitperp. Bitperp is going to be one of the leading leverage trading platforms on Bitcoin. They will allow you to do 100X leverage on some of your favorite runes, BRC20s, Merlin tokens, Fractal tokens, who knows, BitLayer tokens. It's going to be pretty amazing to watch. Their paper trading is next Monday. So we will be doing a tutorial on it Sunday. We'll have access to it, and then you guys will go live with it Monday. You're going to be able to, paper trade and earn Bitperp points, and there's going to be a monster prize of, I think it's, what is it, 100,000 BTP or something like that.
I believe so. So yeah. We did get some updated information. So our apologies. The initial prize was going to be possibly USDT, but they did switch that to their actual native token, which is BTP, and they're doing 100,000, and it's actually more than what the initial, in terms of value, by, I would say by about 3 times. So so very, very exciting news about that. But next Monday is when things are going to kick off, guys, and we're going to create a video tutorial on how to get your wallet set up, the RPC. Because look, if you're a listener of ours, paid subscriber or not, we're going to put this out there. you need to sign up for all 3 chains, because that's going to give you guys a better chance of having one of these have a high P&L. So
yeah, and it's going to be bit squared. It's going to be core DAO, and it's going to be bit layer. It was supposed to be Bob, but build on Bitcoin, they're having problems with their testnet, so it'll be on B squared instead. So we will have all the instructions on how to set that up, because we want someone from our community to win this BTP.
I'm
We
gonna
want one of
win,
you
but-
guys. Yagobi says going to win, but we will see. And yeah, it's kind of getting to the Bitcoin price action.
All right, let's do it. But before we do, as always, I'm going to ask you guys on the YouTube side, if you're watching and you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel, turn the notifications on so you know when we go live, and smash that like for us. It helps us a ton. So please smash that like. On the X side, hit that like for us as well, and share the space so we can educate and onboard as many people as possible. But let's get into the Bitcoin price action brought to you guys by Bitperp. But we're going to start with the hour chart like I always do here. You can see this sell pressure that I was talking about from the MACD kind of starting in the middle of yesterday, right? And it really hasn't stopped. But what happens is every time it really tries to get going, Bitcoin kind of brings the price right back up, right? So yes, we were at mid 67,000 yesterday, and now we're at like low 67,000. But to me, that's not like that bad in terms of us being in sell pressure since mid yesterday, right? So that's why I'm staying bullish. I'm gonna stick with my thesis that like we're gonna finish October, over 70K. I did say by Friday. I don't know if that's gonna happen anymore, but hey, I'm not gonna change my answer on that either. But look, you can see on the stochastics, we have been in oversold as well, right? So this is kind of, in my opinion, unless I'm completely wrong about my thesis that we're going to finish October, at least this week, bullish, this is primed for a rise up on the hour chart, right? So it looks like you can see the MACD is weakening here too. We do need a little bit of a bump up, I would say probably to 67.5, 68,000, low 68,000 today to kind of get out of this, because the blue and orange lines on the MACD are still kind of, there's a decent amount of space in between those, and we do need to change the momentum. So to do that, I think we do have to kind of show the MACD, look, we want to head to 68,000. If that happens, then we could really kind of get to that goal of 70,000 by Friday. So that's what I'm thinking for the rest of today. On the 8-hour chart, still looking pretty good. It has weakened a little bit here, but as I said, this could change by the hour chart, right? The hour chart, if it happens the way I said, I think it can, then this will kind of tip back up, right? And the blue line will kind of point towards the top, or like upwards, to kind of change the trajectory back up and continue this uptrend. Look, that's what happens whenever you're in like a bullish momentum phase for like 2 months, right? And that's what we're expecting for Q4, is really, that kind of energy. So I do expect that to kind of happen, but we do have to see on the hour chart if it plays out the way I think it will. And if that happens, then this 8-hour chart will continue this uptrend as well. So that is what I'm seeing for the Bitcoin price action, guys. I think we're in a good spot. I'm feeling good. There's positive energy in the air. And in the Bitcoin ecosystem, you can see it as well. $1 billion cat broke an all-time high, broke that $100 million market cap, broke the 10,000 holder mark. So I'm feeling good about where we are.
On Monday, you said potentially hitting an all-time high by Friday. Do you still believe that could we have a boom
I didn't
up?
say all-time high by Friday. I said
by 70K. 70K.
Yeah. Goodness, look at you trying to put words in my mouth.
70K. 70K. You
Mr.
said 750,000
Bitcoin.
Thursday, and we're sitting at 67. We're sitting at 67,000.
So
no.
So that's kind of like what I was saying, like on the hour chart,
Yeah.
right? Like if Bitcoin gets kind of heads towards 68,000, I think that can happen still, right? But because we do have to kind of break out of this is the 8-hour chart, sorry, break out of this kind of oversold stochastics, and also the sell pressure on the MACD, which I think it looks primed. I mean, we've been down here for quite a long time, right? So once we start to break out of here, in order to do that, though, we do have to kind of get to 68,000. That will bring us kind of coming out of this oversold territory, and then getting into that first green bar on the MACD, and then that's when I think we're gonna have to get to 68.5 probably, in my opinion, today, and then tomorrow will be kind of coin toss.
I'm gonna go and say it. 70K by tomorrow. I'm gonna put it in, locking it in. 70K by tomorrow. We'll see.
We shall see.
Let's kind of get into the roll call here. Let's see who's watching live. All right, so first is first on the show, and Reziak, congratulations, my friend. You are number one today with your red eyes. You are already a winner, and then you won today. So congratulations to you. And guys, remember to put Bitperp in the chat. We're giving away 5 Bitperp VIP passes for today. We're allowed 5 more today and 5 more tomorrow. So definitely do that. We'll probably get some more for next week. So we'll make sure you guys win it. But if you did win the last couple of days, maybe not throw a Bitperp in there, but we'll see. And then we got Webdro is here, Yasher is here, Tim Baker is here, Chief Axel is here, Level Up Tech is here, PJNZ, Almost Done 71, Zeesh is here, Danny Boy, Ordinals Chips and Ordinals Tweets back to back. The Brothers of Destruction here every single day together. Mempool Punk is here, Dream Baked is here, Bitmap Gallery, Rick G, John is here. We got Glasshopper, Nighthawk UXL, Click Bang is here. Ant-Man again. Ooh, this is a tough one. Want to hit this for me? Yeah. Batusi, you said? Yeah, you're on mute there.
Maybe Batisai. I don't know.
Okay. Mauricio is here. Danny Boy is here. Fixed is here. ASAP Benji. Eduardo BV. Kaya is here. Homer is here. Let's see. No. Kaya. Jason My Feet. TJ. Michael Bennett. PZ is here. Let's see. Choda is here. One of our guys. Jayhawks TV. ASAP Benji. Steamy J. Future Forward. He made a comment talking about, can we talk about Tap and Benny? Bro, we'll talk about Tap when they put out their goddamn wallet in marketplace. CJ is here. Bennett is here. Homer is here. Man, a lot of you guys today. Sixes and Mugen, and then Matt's, of course. Shout out to every single one of you guys who make roll call every single day. And Satoshi sneaking right in at the end with a GM lads. Shout out to every single one of you guys. And thank you guys for being here every day. All right. Let's kind of get into it. So today we're having our good friend Knox on the show. He is down below, about to bring him up. If you don't know who Knox is, man, you guys have been living under a rock. He is OG as it gets. He has collections, and he has something dropping, and we're gonna get into that. So without further ado, Knox, welcome back to Ordinal Revolution, my friend.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, definitely, brother. How you been?
Busy, man. Busy. Yeah, just been working on this stuff, and the market's starting to heat up again. So everything's feeling like we're in a good spot right now.
Yeah, for sure. Last time we saw you in person was at Nashville, and that was a great time. We got to bring you behind the scenes in the press box, if you will, and hang out there at the actual conference. But
that's a great story. Yeah, I love
that. Yeah. It was funny, man, because we were kind of laughing at Trump's speech the whole time because he would say it's funny, ridiculous stuff. But yeah, so you've been busy this entire time, and I think that, not a lot of people realize like there's a lot to the Skullx whole ecosystem, right? In terms of collections and stuff. But if you could kind of maybe dive in a little bit about what this new one is about and what you guys are getting into here.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's we've done a lot. I mean, we've been around since the start of Ordinals at this point. So we've got sub 100K, we've got Cursed, we've got alt rare sats, everything you can possibly do. And this one, we wanted to kind of take it to another level. So we created a 6,666 collection that's entirely on block 666 that all has transaction IDs that are 666, that all have fee rates that are everything that you can customize with the Ordinals protocol. We did it. And then on top of that, we spent 2 Bitcoin inscribing the entire collection as one of one artwork. So I just have actually put some sneaks in my background there. But the entire collection is one of one. So it's I think I feel pretty confident saying it's going to be one of the most deep, diverse collections ever. It's going to be fucking cool. So pretty stoked to drop that, and yeah.
Yeah, so 6,666 is a really good number, just because of the fact that you're gonna have volume this time. Your old collection, very small collection. I think it's what is it, 1,000 or something, right?
Yeah, all the other ones together are something like. But the problem is they're separate, right? So
Yeah.
I think that like the important thing about this one is that it's all together. It's a large collection. I mean, our intention with it is community onboarding. I mean, like all we want to do is become titans in the space, in the sense that we just want a cult-like community. I mean, we already have a great community. Our community is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But it's time to expand that, and we're going to do that by dropping this for little to nothing, and showing people awesome fucking art and the capabilities of the Ordinals protocol.
So let's talk about the good old version of when. I hit you with a when this week. When launch? When are you thinking? How much is the thing? Let's get into all the details if you don't mind.
Well, you want the alpha then?
Yeah, I want it right now. I'm gonna just...
So we're actually partnered with Magic Eden.
Nice.
I don't know if you guys have been watching what they're doing lately. And they're going to be having mempool protection coming up soon, which is actually very cool. Yeah, so I'll say this: since we haven't announced a date yet,
Okay.
it'll be before Halloween. It won't be on Halloween. It'll be before Halloween, and the price will be lower than anything you've seen this month.
Awesome. Good.
I mean, the hint with that is that there's a certain number in this collection that we really like. So
Halloween is actually a different day for Bitcoiners. Do you know what Halloween is?
what is Halloween? Educate me, Shizzy.
It's the Bitcoin white paper birthday.
Oh, well, yeah, there you go.
Not many people know that. So if you did launch on Halloween, you would have basically everything. Bitcoin white paper birthday. You would have Halloween, of course, the 666. I mean, that's definition
true.
of Halloween. So I don't know. Halloween could be a good day for you.
Halloween could be, but it might be a bit before that. We'll see. I don't know. There might be an announcement very soon on that.
So, Knox, like, I feel like with your collections, you try to do different things, right? Because I feel like Skullx definitely has like a niche kind of collector community, right? So, I feel like that sector of Ordinals hasn't had its like huge moment. There's been different like segments of that sector that has had moments, like Cursed, and then you have early inscription, and then you have rare sats and stuff. But I feel like there's gonna be a moment when it all comes together. When do you think that could be? Do you think we're gonna have to reach like all-time highs of Bitcoin? But like once that happens, people are gonna have so much money that they're gonna be like going into the collector's phase, or what's your thought process?
Yeah, no, I mean, like, things just have to start getting silly again, I think there's a lot of mind share in the meme coin space right now. So, like, runes are kind of doing that. Oh, look at that. It's kind of coming through this. Yeah, so I think that there's a lot of catalysts on our way. And as those happen, I think that more people are going to be onboarded to the space. More things are going to be more recognizable. But for that to happen, we need liquidity. And what's the first thing that I think is going to create liquidity? That's that we're going to get a sex listing for maybe one or multiple runes.
For Dog, yeah.
I think Dog is going to get it. I mean, Leo keeps teasing that he's talking to tier one exchanges. So, I mean, yeah, I think that'll happen. I think R6 is a good contender for that as well, honestly. Maybe $1 Billion Cat's a really good meme. And, Gizmo is going fucking nuts right now. Pups, like, who knows? Anyways, I think that's one thing. And we saw that happen last year as well. I've been saying this like nonstop. We saw it. This exact same thing that played out last year is playing out this year. And that's that BRC20s like Ordi and Sats got Binance listings and a ton of liquidity entered the ecosystem. And it all had tons of downflow. And everything fucking ripped. So, I mean, that's one thing. I think that's going to happen, and that's going to attract a lot of people. I mean, we're already getting a ton of people more interested in the space, and we're seeing like some more liquidity come in general. Now, the next thing I think is that Trump is in the lead right now. I think Trump is going to win this election. He's talking about making a Bitcoin reserve. That's fucking crazy. I think that's going to cause this huge domino effect across the world. I mean, now that becomes a security risk for other countries because, okay, the world reserve currency is hedging their bet on their own currency. So what does that do? Now everyone needs Bitcoin reserved, right? So that'll cause massive amounts of FOMO. We'll see all-time highs upon all-time highs. And maybe Shizzy's prediction of 1 million next year. I don't know.
It's 700K.
Okay. We've lowered it. Okay.
No, it's always been. It's always been. I was struggling between 750 and 700, and the reason for that is because gold market cap was 10 trillion, and I feel like Bitcoin could get to that. And Bitcoin being at at 70K, it's at like 1 trillion. So being at 700K will put it.
I think it's reasonable.
Honestly,
I think I don't know if I'll say next year, but I do think eventually.
I think we see 3 legs that we just saw. I think we saw the first leg, that rise to 70K and then sideways for 6 months. I think we get another one, rise to, let's say, 150K and then go sideways 6 months. I think we see 2 more of that. I think this is a super cycle that no one would expect. I think we go, 4 total, and that last one getting us to 700K. Then everyone's going to be screaming, we're going to hit 1 million, just like everyone's screaming, we're going to hit 100K. And it's not going to happen. It's going to 700K, and we're coming back down.
Listen, I wouldn't complain if that's the case. I would be very happy to see that.
Well, I was going to say, I think you have a good point about Bitcoin and the reserve, stockpile and all that stuff, and other nation states. Right. Yeah, and other nation states getting FOMO, right? And I think other ecosystem people, like the big meme people, aren't even thinking about that right now. And our conviction, let's be honest, we weren't thinking about that then. We just were more bought into the fact that it's Bitcoin. It's that's why we were here. Is they're doing fungibles, they're doing art on Bitcoin that's actually going to create on-chain economy. And I think we get heavily rewarded from that conviction with the future adoption, and then those Solana and ETH people will come late, and we're going to be the kings. I don't know. Maybe that's not how it goes, but that's how my story ends.
To be honest, I think the Solana ecosystem is going to do well. It has a lot of mind share as well. Meme coins on there are going nuts, and people are just having a good time. But there's a lot of different things that I think are coming for Bitcoin, Opcat soft fork, that happens. All bets are off the table. We're seeing almost. I don't know if it can potentially create automated market makers, but it makes things a hell of a lot better for trading, from what I understand. Having buys and sells in the same transaction is huge. It makes things a lot better. Reduce. I know Magic Eden's coming out with mempool protection, but this makes it guaranteed, from what I understand. Anyways, this is the kind of stuff, all of this has downflow, always. All this has downflow. And, Bitcoin gets more risk on. Everything in crypto always gets more risk on as well. The degenerates wanted to be degenerates. And what has the best narrative? If we're talking about meme coins, we have meme coins on Bitcoin that have the potential to tap into 1.2 trillion market cap, or in Shizzy's case, 10 trillion market cap. That is a real thing. If we unlock any level of that for our ecosystem, we blow everything else out the water. If you want to talk about ordinals, we have, the best narrative for non-fungibles out of any chain, in my opinion.
100%.
These are digital collectibles that are on digital gold. You can't. So we spent 2 Bitcoin doing this at a lower fee rate. Now, when things are going crazy, we've seen what happens with the mempool. It doesn't go below 300. And I think when the price is pumping and people are like doing runes and BRC20s or whatever the fuck else, shit just you can't create new collections. Like it's just not possible. So I think that's something that makes existing collections with mindshare, just go nuts because you just can't create anything new. But go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, like, you gotta remember too, is like right now we're at 70K, so the fees are expensive. Could you imagine when we're at 500K, how much expensive the fees are gonna be? Collections that are already inscribed in Bitcoin, not even with sats per VByte like high or low, it doesn't matter. The price of your fee is gonna be the same. It's just you're paying that in Bitcoin. 100%. Right, so I think that's going to be huge in the future. Right now, you can pay like $5-6 for an inscription. You'll be paying $50 for an inscription to get something inscribed in the Bitcoin in my opinion, 2 years.
Yeah, no, 100%. And it's this is the kind of thing like, and as we go on, price go up. I mean, I don't know if you guys follow like power law or anything like that, but right now Bitcoin is running on an exponent. So yeah, it's looking pretty good.
And the big thing too, people don't understand, like Donald Trump thinks awesome, having Bitcoin as reserve currency would be amazing. But the regulation that we don't have right now is the reason why meme coins are running. People are afraid to put out projects because they don't want to get arrested because North Korea uses it in a wrong way, right? So it's just like, and then you get arrested for building a smart contract. So I think once we get real regulation in the space, Bitcoin is actually going to be looked at as even more digital gold because you're going to have so much real money coming into space from potentially places like Rockstar with Grand Theft Auto having marketplaces, right? And then on top of that, you could have like JP Morgan and stuff like that actually really using the public blockchains and that type of stuff. You're going to see a lot of money pouring in because there'll be real regulation and not just this bullshit meme coin era that we're in.
Sure. Yeah. No. And maybe JP Morgan will think that Satoshi will is gone. Although maybe HBO comes and tries and fund our bag again. I don't know. But yeah. No. It's I think regulation is important, and like it's something that Donald Trump actually is running on, is going to essentially make it so like any of our trading that we've done here is I'm pretty sure like I was talking to Speed Racer about this, and I don't remember the exact thing, but essentially made it so like our trading is not going to be like a taxable event, right? Which is like, fuck.
What
like,
we need.
Yeah, well, shit. Well, we need it for sure.
Well, I mean, the thing is too is like in the US, I can't even use MEXC. I can't use CoinEx. I can't use anything, right?
Right.
And that sucks because a Coinbase is fucking expensive. Like
you
try to fucking trade Coinbase, you're spending like $100. But on MEXC, it's like 30 cents. It's like that's a big difference. And when we get real regulation, it's going to open up a lot of these places where I have to use a VPN to use.
Yeah.
Yep. You would never do that, Shizzy. You don't.
No, VPNs are privacy. It's not the US that's stopping me from using these sites. It's the sites that are stopping me to use these sites. So technically, there's a loophole.
Yeah.
But if you guys are looking for a VPN, we have 70% off discount on our VPN.
Plug. No, I think you just made a great point though, because Coinbase is super expensive, right? I don't know how much Cash App is to onboard and offboard, but like that's where they make their money right now. Is like it's not just that. Yes, they charge a lot to trade into like different like cryptocurrencies from like Bitcoin into stable and blah blah blah, but like even like sending to your bank, like they do some things like if you wait like a couple days it would be cheaper or whatever, but I think it does open up the floodgates for like more, not just like competition for businesses, but more like easily like onboarding like the masses too, because like people could, maybe someone has like a UX that's way easier for someone to deposit into crypto than Coinbase does right now, right? So I think that definitely changes everything there. But yeah, let's kind of get back to like the ordinal type of conversation here, because obviously you have the launch coming up. Is there anything that you want to let the audience know? We have about 240 people listening right now about the launch that might help them or might intrigue them for what's coming up.
Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, I'm building a cult. And I think that that has the real chance to go viral. You know what I mean? Like, you know, everyone talks about like memetics and virality and all that other stuff and creating cults and you know, meme coins are great for that because, you know, you can just onboard all sorts of people. But I think that you can do that with ordinals and NFTs and that kind of stuff as well. And, you know, we're releasing a collection that I don't think has ever been done before. I would even say revolutionary. But no, I mean, like, honestly, like, you know, one of ones of this scale and just, you know, maxing out the protocol in this way, there really isn't anything like it. You know, we're not bullshit artists. We're not promising the world or anything like that. We're just saying this is really cool art. This is a really awesome digital collectible, and we're going to price it very cheap. And this is something that I'm going to be working on building a very large community with. And you know, if you want to be involved with that, then yeah, turn on notifications, I would say.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah, like one of the most active X group chats that I've seen, like in my all the group chats that I'm added to, by the way, is the Skullx one. And I see like so much activity in there. So the community that is added and created and curated and stuff, they definitely care about each other, it seems like, and what happens with the project and all that stuff. So guys, you know, stay tuned, keep your eyes open and ears open for this launch. You know, Knox is a great guy. Like, we met him in person. We've known him for a long time, ever since we've been in the space. He used to join our Saturday morning builder space all the time. So, you know, be ready for this launch. I think it's going to be exciting. But yeah, I'm excited to see what you guys do next. That's for sure.
Awesome, man. Well, yeah, I appreciate you having me up. And yeah, no, it's going to be cool. And you know, obviously, like, we've been around forever. This isn't like your random you know, project coming here and trying to extract millions from the ecosystem. Yeah.
Definitely not one of those people. Go ahead.
So we've seen like $1 Billion Cat, you know, they had like a rune and an ordinal. Do you see maybe you guys maybe putting out like a meme coin to kind of go with your collection?
I think that you need yeah, I don't know. Like, we're not really a meme collect. I mean, we do have some memes, but we're not really like a meme collection, I would say. So I think that it's not really appropriate for us.
I got you.
I think that, like, what that does for a lot of collections is actually, you know, divide liquidity. And I know Murad has you know, created this narrative that, like, oh, like, these are the collections. But I mean, if you look at the last like 5 years in general of any collection that has, I mean, look at ApeCoin. You know what I mean? Like, there's a good example of something that is not mimetic. They tried providing utility to their holders and onboarding people, and you know, it just went to fucking, I mean, it's not zero, but like, it's certainly a lot less than what it dropped, and it pulled liquidity from the Bored Ape Yacht Club and the Mutant Ape Yacht Club collections. So I mean, like, I think generally speaking, that's what happens with this stuff. When you get like a crazy community like pups that are just like fucking insane and they're just memeing on everything all the time, you know, like, that works out. That's, you know, you have something like Mog, you got Miladies, you got to do all this other shit. So I, you know, like, maybe it's something we would explore in the future. Right now, I'm definitely saying like that. I don't think it's appropriate for us, and I want to keep it focused on the community and the art and ordinals in general.
I'm not sure if you know though, but the Fluid has a staking thing, right? Where you can have people lock up their ordinal. Let's just say you put out the collection, you set something up where you mint a rune, and then you say, hey guys, if you lock your ordinal up for 6 months, we're gonna give 100% of the supply to stakers. And you can do something like that to where, you know, you keep your floor up by using this rune. And you say it's you know what I mean? So people are locking up to get your rune. I don't know, just something that I thought was really cool, and I just want like to run it by founders.
Then what is the rune worth?
So that's the problem. That is exactly the problem. But
the rune is worth time. You sacrificed your time to get that rune, right? So I think value.
I think Knox's point here is like, if it was Bitcoin, people would run to that.
Hell yeah.
But if it's something that you just deploy just specifically to try to get people to lock up their things to drive up secondary price, that people aren't that stupid. You know what I mean? So it's like,
I'm going to hold it regardless.
He's like, hell yeah, I'm stupid. Let's go.
No, but the thing is, like, I'm going to hold your thing regardless, right?
Yeah,
so I have no interest. It doesn't matter if I lock it up in a non-custodial locking system using Bitcoin's opcodes, right? It doesn't matter. I know that's safe there. So I'll lock it up for 6 months because I'm going to hold it. So what does it matter to me? I might as well earn something.
So, but not everybody's like you. There's actually a large percent of people that just flip in the space, right? So to them, it's vaporware. Right, so what you have to
call
do,
this collection vaporware?
No, the rune. The rune would be vaporware, right? So you have two options if you're going to take that route. One, you have to give it a strong utility, and that's really hard to do if you're forcing something. Two, you have to use Bitcoin, and that's why I say for this to really catch is if someone's doing like let's not say the Skullx. Let's say I'm launching my custom art that I've done, custom art collection that people they're like, oh, this is awesome, blah, blah, blah. And I, right off the bat, say, I'm taking half of the mint cost and throwing it into the rewards of Bitcoin. And if you stake, then you get that, which you can possibly earn your mint fee back or more, depending on how many people stake. I guarantee that takes off. But it's like, who's willing to give up half of their earnings? That will drive secondary up for sure. And I actually think that it can go further. I won't get into that because I think some marketplaces are possibly going to do this. And I don't want to spoil it for them, but there's definitely ways to keep those staking vaults going too, using Bitcoin. And I'm not saying you can't use a rune because we saw the success with Billy Cat. The Billy Cats, you got paid out in the $1 billion cat token, but that had already created value. So, but the process of deploying a rune just for that's going to be really tough to work, in my opinion.
It's easier with a meme coin that already has mind share, like Billy, for example.
Yeah.
I think it could be interesting. I mean, it all comes back to the same concept that the market tends to like, and that's that the founder should always be giving back and always be giving away shit and shouldn't make any money ever. And, it's like, okay, sure, to a certain extent, I get it. But at the same time, it's like, we got to eat too, guys. But, what could be cool is maybe taking a portion of the supply. I don't know, say if I did my collection, take 666 out of it, put it into a pool somewhere and say, hey, if you stake this, then you can get more from this pool.
That could work too.
Maybe like a proxy 404 kind of thing. That could be kind of cool.
Or put the most rare ones in there.
There you go.
And then so that's how they earn them. They have to earn them by staking them, and then you push secondary up. So like your statement that said, about the owner giving everything to the community. Yeah. First of all, I agree with you. I think that it's overdone in terms of the community saying that. But in this case, I don't think that would be the situation if the owner is open about hey, look, I'm giving half of the mint cost into in Bitcoin into staking rewards for this collection that just launched, but I'm also giving myself a certain amount of these ordinals because I got to make my money back too, and that will drive secondary, and then can keep this chain reaction going, right? To where, okay, I'm going to sell off a little bit because I got to earn back.
I like it, but at the same time, there's an end to it. You know what I mean?
Not with the other part of my idea though, and I don't want to put it out there.
Okay, you know how to keep the Ponzi going. Yagobi.
No, it actually wouldn't even be very Ponzi. I mean, if you broke it down to the bare bones, maybe a little tiny. It's more like tax that you pay, right? Okay. And so, but yeah, we can get into that.
You're too excited.
I want to jump into some collection stuff, but before I do, I had you on the show. I want to say in July maybe, and you had your collection already minted out. You already paid for it. It was there sitting, and you said, "I want to wait for better times." Do you feel like this is a lot better time now? Do you feel like we're about to really go?
Yeah, man, I really do think we're on the cusp of everything, and that's kind of why I think right now is a really good time to like have a really solid foundation in terms of like a community in this space. Because when you have people pouring in, they're looking for, you know, something quality to hold for a few months, maybe a year, something like that. Or maybe they want to be involved in the community for other reasons. They really like the art, whatever. So I think like right now is a really good time to launch something at a decent price and just have, you know, this cult-like community ready to go for these, you know, and that's how I think, you know, like everybody wins together, right? Because you have your holders that are, you know, they're passionate about the art and everything like that. And, you know, eventually, you know, if you can really build that up, when things get nutty, you're going to have some of that mind share and, you know, people are going to be interested in your collection. And, you know, that's the community wins, we win. That's what the name of the game is. So, and, you know, shit, this is Bitcoin. So this stuff is here forever. Like, you know, so, yeah, no, I definitely think that the market's about to get crazy, honestly, everywhere.
Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to seeing your collection in the top 10 here. I definitely think you can
Let's
get
fucking
there.
go.
So, I mean, definitely, I'm on the 7-day in volume, and I definitely see that it being in here, especially in November when it's fully out and really going. But let's kind of get into some other projects here. We were talking in Nashville, and you own a lot of these projects. Which one is kind of...
I own all of these projects.
All right, so which one is your favorite? Me and Yagobi, I'm like, I think puppets will do will be number one for a long time. Yagobi kind of thinks it's going to be Node Monkeys. What's your opinion? What do you think is going to be number one in the space when it comes to really just the floor price and not, I mean, like bigger collections, though, not just like...
Yeah, so I mean, like when you say that though, like Quantum Cats are in the lead, right? But they have a smaller collection. So
yeah, I guess you could buy market cap then.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, it's tough to say. I mean, because, you know, like we're in it kind of feels like memes are running right now, and you think about like everything on the timeline, everything is about puppets, everything. So, you know, it's even surprising me, to be honest, because I was thinking like, yeah, I love the memes, I love the puppets, but then something like Quantum Cats or OMB, I feel like has a little more substance to it. But, you know, at the same time, like, yeah, I don't know, like they're not all over the timeline the same way the puppets are. Like, so I'm leaning towards puppets being the leaders, honestly. But I love Quantum Cats. I love OMB. I love the Node Monks. Honestly, I really do. Yeah, I mean, I think like you know, it's going to be very interesting when they actually drop the Taproot Wizards, because those are mimetic as well, and you know, you have a lot of like OG Bitcoiners that are into that stuff, and they're building crazy shit. I mean, they have hired literally every Bitcoin developer ever. So like, I think they've got some pretty interesting stuff up their sleeve that, you know, will make them rise quite a bit. So I don't know if they can tap into that mimetic shit that the puppets are doing, then I think it'll go nuts and they'll probably be the leaders. Otherwise, you know, like I know OMB is doing an event in Tokyo coming up in November. So that could be very interesting. I think ZK is a crazy builder. I think he's a good dude. He's someone who's actually really wants this ecosystem to have some substance and meaning to it. So, you know, I think he's doing some dope shit that could do really well. But yeah, you never know. I mean, like, yeah, Node Monks being the first sub 100K to completion. Raktoshi is a controversial figure, but knows
he's also a beast, though.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, right? Like he knows how to make it fucking rip, and he knows what the people like. So, you know, it's going to be a very interesting. I don't think you can lose with any of these collections. Though. If you buy any of these at this price right now, you are up like 4x by, you know, in the next, like by next year, I think, honestly.
Gotcha. Yeah, well, I'll say this. I feel like the puppets will fall the hardest. Maybe not the hardest. Maybe Quantum Cats and Ninjas might. I don't know. I'm thinking so much like a collector though. Yeah. So like I think about like, like the early rookie cards, and then like like what gave those value, right? It's like a rookie card versus like just a kind of a little bit rare card or whatever in the same year, and then like 10 years later.
Yeah.
And so to me, Knox has it checks a lot of the boxes. It has the early inscriptions, because you got a lot of them are like 80,000 range, right? And they only go up to like the highest is like 124,000 for inscription numbers. So I think that's a super solid range. It was really popular because, like you said, Raktoshi knows how to make markets move and all that stuff. Puppets is like, it's the energy and cult like definitely pushes it, but like there was like, what was the cult energy from last cycle? That was Board 8.
Sure.
That turned in kind of corporate. It was weird. It was like corporate, right? And it fell so hard. But what didn't fall that hard was it still fell, but it was the punks, right? Like kind of like the original, like the early that was first, right? And so that's why I think like Knox will have longevity over puppets. But I mean, I think this cycle definitely you'll make your money, right? You'll make your money on all these because the hype will be here. But once Bitcoin does retrace and stuff, there's going to be some stuff that like hits so hard, and it's going to be like we had someone tell us the other day they spent like mid six figures on metaverse, right? Like land last cycle, and so that today is like 5,000 or less, right? So that's the kind of stuff that like I'm worried about.
Well, you know what? I think definitely two different theses, right? Like, if you want to talk about what's going to be more valuable in the next 10 years, I mean, that's definitely a lot different than what's valuable next cycle. You know what I mean? Like, and I agree with you that node monks probably have that, that factor, that longevity factor, 100%. I think OMB is definitely a contender for that as well.
Yeah.
I agree. Puppets thrive on the fact that they're a cult, and everything's great when the number's pumping. But as soon as it doesn't anymore, then we've seen what happens a million times. But like this cycle for sure, like puppets and quantum cats are going to be But then like the Taproot Wizards, right? They're also sub 100K. They're also, like an OG meme. So, I mean, it's possible. I'm curious whether, I think I'm a little worried they're going to release it for a ridiculous mid price. That's probably going to be the case. I think that's going to be a bit of it's going to shake up the ecosystem quite a bit.
Gotcha.
I agree. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna have you guys give me so I'll let Knox. I'll let you think about this a little bit. Me and Yagobi's already been thinking about it, so I'll ask Yagobi first. I'll actually give my two first, and then I'll let Yagobi go. But I'm gonna I'm gonna ask you for a 10x this cycle and a 100x this cycle ordinal project. So get the noodle going. Let me see what your answers are. But I'm gonna go first. I think my 100x is gonna be Billy Cats. I think Billy Cats can 100x. I think you can get the 0.3 just because I think $1 billion cat's going to hit that billion. And then every one of their moms going to have a Billy Cat PFP. And it is, it has that iconic Bitcoin, turn my hat sideways look to it. You know what I mean? So I think Billy Cats is my 100x.
Are you doing 100x off of Bitcoin?
0.3.
Ooh, that's tough.
I think Billy Cats get the 0.3.
Yeah, that's a big one, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. I think it gets the 0.3, and you saw puppets get the 0.5, so it's not out of the realm. And then I think for my 10x, I'm gonna go node monkeys. I think node monkeys can get to 1.6 Bitcoin.
Oh, so you changed your mind, huh?
Well, I'm still big on the puppets. I think but I think the node monkeys have a better shot at getting at 1.6. Just because of the fact that the puppets have just so many derivatives. But I do like the puppets definitely in the short term more than I like the monkeys.
Gotcha. Yeah. So whenever I was thinking like 100x, I was thinking more of like, oh wow. Yeah, I was thinking more of like fiat, because like I feel like 0.3 is really tough, because I was gonna say Billy Cats too for 100x, but like 0.3 in Bitcoin's at like 300K. That's tough, right? But like I don't know, but there's not like a ton that I feel like could get
100X is a hard one.
It's hard to go from like where it is now, right? So one that could, I mean, Billy Cats, I do have faith in Billy Cats for sure, especially if $1 billion cat does get to a Billy to a Billy. I'm gonna say maybe honey badgers. What would 100X be off of this? Probably not, because that's still
big.
Yeah,
We're talking a couple Bitcoin.
Yeah, 100X is hard for the ordinals, man. It is.
Well, so fiat, it would be 66,000. I think it could get to that. Fiat. I think it could get to that. So I'll do honey badgers on the fiat side of 100X. Okay. And then 10X, I would say Bitcoin frogs, easy 10X. That's an easy 10X in my opinion. Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, think about this. Like, okay, so fiat wise, right? So that's 2,700 times 10. You don't think Bitcoin frogs can get to $30,000? I think it can. That's easy.
They've lost a lot of their mind share, honestly.
Yeah, but they've like the lowest they've gotten is 0.03 I've ever seen.
Yeah,
they got to 0.02. I thought.
Oh, did they? But still, like my point is like this is the bottom, but like everything else is kind of running, and what you're showing me right now is I see all green except for frogs. So I guess Knox's point is that, but I'm sticking with him. I think frogs will easy 10X.
No back bias.
I got lit teensy beansy back bias. All right, Knox, you're up. What's your 100X play?
Fuck yeah, 100X is tough. Like, I mean, honestly, I could probably pick any of these top 5 projects, and like, you're gonna get a 10X on that. Honestly, like pretty easily. In terms of 100X is like, yeah, man. Lasso get like.
That's an interesting one.
What is that one?
I think that's the original like puppets artist collection.
Yeah, that's his first collection. I mean, in terms of fiat, like you were saying, like I mean, it's because you got to pick something low that's gonna.
What's the floor of that one?
0071.
007. Yeah. So you're talking 0.7.
So you're talking a 10X. This is doable. I think it would be like 40 something thousand. Let me see. Yeah, 47,000. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like it's tough. I think Honey Badgers was a good pick. Maybe you know what? Maybe the Nookies. There you go.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That is a good one. What's the price of the Nookies? I bet that all the Nookies, if they hear this right now, they're like, they're going crazy. That was crazy bad.
Why are they not coming up with me? What is it? Nookie?
OOKI.
Yeah, I was talking to them the other night. They're great guys.
No, that's not it.
No, or you have to type in Ordinal first.
Oh, Ordinuki, right? Okay.
Yeah, Ordinuki, I think it is.
I think this is the kind of collection that, like, I mean, they're streaming like 24/7. If they can keep that up during a ridiculous market, they're gonna, like, people are gonna see them, people are gonna buy them, they're gonna want to be involved in the community. They're gonna keep cooking, you know what I mean? This is the kind of thing that could really pop off.
Yeah.
Ordinals as well, then, right? Because that's the same thing. They with OSD.
I love block and hype, but I don't know how fractal goosenals are going at this point.
Well, that's different. Fractal goosenals actually have a completely different game plan, though. You have to
know.
Yeah.
You know.
No, I agree with Knox on Nookies, because it's like they're not like trying to shove Nookies down people's throat. Right. Yeah. But they're like cool people that are in that community. Like you got Sam Sage, you got what's his name? We met him in New York.
Oh, Spicy Mangoes.
Well, I think we met him too, but I'm talking about somebody else. We had him on the show. God dang it. You know what I'm talking about? He had the frog, not Cheeto.
Oh, Chico Mo. And multiple people in that community that are like just really dope people, and they don't care. They don't care if Nikki's like pump hard. They still gonna like Knox said, they're still gonna go 24/7. So that's the cool part about them. And Sam put Nookies in our song. Like we have an intro outro made by Sam Sage, and he threw a Nookie in there. Nookies on the field.
And I'm pretty sure if I were to say who has a Nookie in this, like right now, out of us three, all three of us would say we do.
I got a Nookie, yeah. I was given one from Sam.
Oh, I bought mine.
Did you?
I gotta sweep
He gave me
more.
no,
honestly.
no, no. He gave me. He gave you one too. He gave me two of them. I sent you one.
Maybe I
No, you
bought
definitely have one.
I know I bought the one that I like a lot.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. So what about your 10x?
The 10x. Oh, puppets, node mugs, OMB for sure, quantum cats,
Quantum Cats
Pizza
get
Ninja.
to 2 Bitcoin.
Easily.
Then Quantum Cat get to 2. Yeah.
Easily.
Wow.
Think about it. I mean, people. Well, yeah, people are going to be FOMOing the wizards when they come out, especially if they. I mean, so there's that, and then there's the fact of like if they actually get OpCat to go through, and they're going to be dropping the things that they've been working on with all of these Bitcoin developers, like the speculative value on that. I mean, they have a new token protocol. I mean, like think about it. If they get OpCat, they drop a new token protocol. They airdrop some shit to like the first token of this token protocol to all the quantum cats. You know, like. It's I think 2.5 Bitcoin, 100%. This is very easy.
You just like described my biggest nightmare if it happens before December 31st.
Oh yeah,
catnip. Like he's trying to, like, you know what I'm saying? He's like,
well, it needs OpCat, right? So
yeah. So I don't think that's happening before December 31st. So
there you go.
Yeah, exactly. So, but
there you go.
Yeah. All right. So we got our 10Xs and our 100Xs there. I feel pretty confident about everybody's picks.
Yeah. Let's go.
No arguments there.
Awesome. You know what's the other good project could have 100x? That's the Skullx project, the new one, the 6,600.
Yeah, that's one.
No, it's gonna be the cursed one, because that's I love that one.
I got number 3. I got number 3
first, man.
Yeah. I mean that whole so that's the only like layer of value segment that hasn't taken off yet. And I think once it does, it's going to be, I think they're all going to kind of take off kind of close to the same amount of time, because it's going to be the collectors kind of market at that point. People are going to be super rich and they don't care what they, and I also think that's whenever like the artists maybe make more money, because we've had starving artists in our ecosystem. You know, like I remember we were interviewing artists every other week. We were a big supporter of the starving artists, but I think they'll have their moments too. So,
well, speaking of starving artists, have you heard of Prism? Like, where'd he go?
I think he's been cooking in the background. I think he's been doing some dope shit. Yeah, I think he's been working with the dev, and they're getting their launch pad together. I think.
Nice.
Trying to just launch it and like have it be perfect. I think he's a perfectionist from what I understand. So
yeah. Because I see Boozy around. The only person I don't see anymore is I don't see any Prism anymore. And I was like, where'd he go? He was very active.
He's gonna come back and just fucking hit it hard, I think.
I remember he used to be in the gym all the time whenever he would jump in our spaces. I'm like, are you bench pressing right now, bro? I hear the weight's hitting the rack.
I can't do that. Yeah, no, I got to focus on the gym when I do it.
Exactly. I'm like, man, this guy has good, he can focus on multiple things. But, man, what a great, show having you on, as always, man. Can't wait till, we link up at the next event. It's going to be fun. Are you going to Vegas?
I'm planning on it. Yeah, we're going to go to Vegas. It's going to be good.
Vegas, baby. Vegas. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Hopefully we can throw an event there. Maybe we'll see if we get rich enough.
How crazy would it be? Trump gets in, and now we can gamble in Bitcoin in Vegas. How crazy!
Oh my goodness!
Definitely something that could come, man.
She's like, yes, 10 trillion.
Yeah, man, let's go. And whenever you finally pick your day and everything, the details, definitely hit me up. We'll have you back on the show that morning or the day before, and let us know, and we can just give all the details to everyone. We'll really push it for you.
Fuck yeah, man. Yep. Thank you.
All right, brother. Well, we will see you soon, and we're excited for your launch, so we'll talk soon.
Thanks a lot, guys. Take care.
Right. Take it easy.
Absolutely amazing, man. Great show today. I love having these type of shows because they're just kind of fun, right? It's not really like, you don't gotta like prepare. It was just like this morning was just like, I ain't got no news. Let's just talk shit. That's kind of what we did. So I really appreciate you guys. And you ready to spin the wheel?
Well, Courtney Johnson, need you to type in Bitperp into the chat. because I want to make sure that you get added because you were asking how do I qualify for that event. So I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to put you in there. But I actually shared the link in the thing.
Yep, I just seen it.
So.
All right. So we've given away like 40 of these already. And if would you mind giving out the names of the people that actually still need to give their wallet address?
Yes, I will. And if you have won twice, I am not putting your name in the wheel spinner just because we want to make it fair and give other people a chance to win. So I have removed the people that have already won twice. And so yeah, I'm going to go over the names that need to still send their addresses to Shizzy. Let me pull that up so I can go over that. Okay. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 names right now that still need to put their or send their addresses or EVM addresses, not their Bitcoin addresses, their EVM addresses to Shizzy via X. You can either send it to Shizzy or send it to the Ordinal Revolution brand account on X, and we will get you added to the list. I already sent in the first round of winners, the list of winners. So Caesar _ EMPIR. That obviously he's trying to spell empire. So Caesar _ empire. And Inagi, you need to submit your EVM address to Shizzy. Fortnite Flicks, you need to send your EVM address to Shizzy. Kilk Bang _ Bang, you need to send your EVM address to Shizzy. Mats, you need to send your EVM address to Shizzy. Bitmap Gallery, you need to send your EVM address to Shizzy. So those are the ones that we are missing right now.
All right. Let's give this thing a go here. We spinning.
Good luck.
Rick G, congratulations, Rick. You have won a Bitperp pass. I'm happy for you, Rick. You deserve it, buddy.
Good job, Rick. All right, 4 more spins.
Zeesh, congratulations to you, my friend.
Zeesh Tech. All right, 3 more spins. Good luck, everybody.
All right. Looks like it's going to be Happy Homer. Congratulations.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
Jason's
Last. I think this is no. We got 2 more. 2 more spins, guys. Oh, there he is. Matt's with 1 T.
Congratulations.
He was like, almost.
I think Matt's already won once already, didn't he?
No. It's there's 2 different people named Matt's. There's 1 TTs. So.
And then the final one goes.
Good luck.
Nighthawk. Congratulations, everyone. Let's give away 5 more. We're giving away 5 more tomorrow, guys. So tomorrow will be your last chance potentially to get these, and then we'll give out. I think giving away a total of about 50. So.
Yep. So Rick G, Zeesh Tech, Happy Homer, Mats, and Nighthawk UXL. Send your EVM address to Shizzy or to the Ordinal Revolution X account, either one, and I will get them updated for the Bitperp team. But congratulations to you guys for the winners. We have 286 people. A little bit slower day today, but no worries. You guys still showed up, the 286 people that are listening right now. And if you do have some extra time, please check out our partners, guys. We'll start off with BTC. I believe, I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but maybe next week or the week after they're going to be live on mainnet, but I don't want to give an exact date, but they are like right there, guys. It's going to be super exciting. They are a predictions market for the Bitcoin ecosystem. They utilize ICP and Bitcoin technology together. We have tested it. It is lightning fast. So you're going to be able to bet sports. You're going to be able to bet like political things. You can do anything. You can create your own markets actually and earn if your market becomes popular. So that's really, really awesome. And then Bitperp is a perpetual leverage DEX that's going to be launching next week, guys, Monday, it's going to kick off with this paper trading competition. Look, we're going to put out a tutorial to show you how to add your wallet for all 3 Bitcoin layer 2s that it's launching on, so you have the more chances to actually win this competition. Because I'm telling you, I'm going to be trading really disciplined. I am going for that 100K BTP token reward there. So check it out. They're going to have runes on there to, all the way to 100X is what the plan is. So we're super excited about that for next Monday. It's going to kick off. And then Ordinal Hive is, the founders, Fonzie. Most of you OGs know who Fonzie is. And he, has been in the space forever. And they have launched a Ordinals marketplace that is an aggregator for layer 1 and Merlin layer 2. So you're going to find the cheapest Ordinals on Ordinal Hive. If you go there on either layer 1 or Merlin layer 2 and list, you can earn points just listing. You don't even have to sell anything, but if you sell or buy, you earn more points, right? And you're going to be able to build these points up for a future, kind of changing them out for something. If you know what Blur did, then you know what's happening here. Foxy is a builder of the Bitverse. It's like a metaverse in the TAP ecosystem, which, by the way, the TAP TGE is Monday, and I think everything's going to start flowing after that. But they also have the Clan Wars, guys. If you are an Ordinal Revolution pass holder or a YouTube paid member, you're going to get something really special, and they're different for each side. If you have both, then you get both of them. But we're collaborating with them for the Clan Wars. We have a sniper rifle weapon that's going to be launching soon. There's going to be a public version, but the other 2 are way better in my opinion. But the public one's awesome too, and it's going to be the only version of that type of weapon in the game. So check them out, as well as Fluid tokens. We talked about them all show. They are really innovating guys, and we actually had a meeting with them before the show, and what they're doing is going to be nuts. Let's just say they're opening doors for liquidity to come into the ecosystem from other ecosystems. But if you are a project founder for like a Rune or Ordinal collection, and you want your community to benefit, to be able to stake to earn BTC or Rune, then reach out to Raul, which is the CTO of Fluid Tokens, or reach out to us. We'll get you hooked up. And also, this is non-custodial, guys. So whenever you stake an item, it's going to show a staking address, but that staking address is under your Bitcoin wallet account. Like, you have thousands of available addresses. This is just one of them, and it locks it up into a certain block height, and only you have control over that unless you've given your keys to someone else, which this is not the case of that. So look out for that. And then also, of course, Merlin Chain, guys, it's the #1 scaling solution for Bitcoin native layer 1 assets and protocols. So if you are a builder and you want to scale to make your assets more flexible, your protocol more flexible, they have amazing builder grants over there, but you have to be serious builder. Reach out to their team. And if you're a user and you want to be able to swap, like Uniswap, these Bitcoin layer 1 assets, you can do that as well. So we appreciate you checking out our partners.
Yeah, guys, and if you wouldn't mind checking out OrdinalRevolution.com and some of the best articles dating all the way back to last year. If you know someone just entering the space, send them our website. We really feel like it can help them. And we also have a NordVPN if you guys want to get privacy. Right now, I am streaming from Switzerland, but I'm really in the U.S. So, privacy is a right, and you're allowed to it. So everyone should have privacy. If you're going to Bitcoin Las Vegas, like we were just talking to Knox about, we will be there. Definitely sign up and get these tickets. Do not wait till next year to get them. Yes, it is in May, but if you buy in May, you're going to be paying 10x the price. Don't pay 10x the price. Get them as soon as possible, clicking our link. And if you guys are interested in merch, we have some of the best merch in the business. Just go to the store tab, and that'll take you to our Shopify, which you guys can get everything. And this is all done through a third party. We don't see your address, we don't see your name. You order from them. We just supply the amazing ordinals and different stuff like that. So definitely check that out. And guys, we are live Monday to Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Pacific, and 3 p.m. UTC. Check us out all week, guys. And until tomorrow.
Well, before I say that, happy Homer, you can just comment on this live in the comment your EVM address and we'll add it. But other than that, peace.
We OG, or no G. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the or no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to Olo, yeah. Experts on reload, yeah. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got got D or no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to upload. Experts on reload. Mempool getting hot. Everybody wanna rock. Ayy. Runes is coming. Everybody on a knot. Ayy. It's a nuisance. Ordinal Revolution. Ayy. Ordinal Revolution. Yo, it's my guy for real, bro. Got friends right now. Yo, BRC 420, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, that shit found fire, bro. Imagine if he in here. Yeah, lock it in the seal. Murder. I got balls of steel. Nuki on the field. Yeah, this shit for real. With no calls, I get so far. Got 100 phone calls that I go hard, and they gon' love me. Smoke weed, huddle back. I get shiesty. Where my Bitcoin looking lovely. All this Satoshi's nothing above me.